Yes, my name is Tom Sawyer. I don't want to be no doctor or no lawyer. Fishing by the river, that's the only place to be. I want to be free sitting under a tree, that's me. Tom Sawyer, me and Unc Finn just playing by the river, chasing that steamboat teacher, let me be. I wanna be free sitting under a tree. That's me!
Many's a day I'd be sitting in our schoolhouse just counting the minutes till the bell rang out Sweet Liberty, and we'd all head out of there like a swarm of bees. Yee-haw! Where are we going, Tom? Hey, you guys, come on, follow me!
Hold up, Tom, you got a head start on us. Come on,
I was leading them all down to the banks of the Mississippi. I was hoping we might spy a steamboat passing by. Hey, steamboat coming.
That's the River Queen heading for Quincy.
Mm-hmm. You're sure enough right, Ben, and she's loaded with cargo.
Yeah, and I heard she's gonna dock and load up with a lot more cargo tonight after dark. Then she'll cast off and be on her way again long before sunup.
How do you know that?
'Cause a riverman came into my daddy's shop and told me so.
So we could all get an up-close look-see at her then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You want to do it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I figure I might just sneak on board that River Queen and take me a tour of everything that's on her. Tain't hard at all. Lessen you're afeard. You boys feel up to it?
Huh? Well, I sure want to go along with you, and that's a fact.
We're agreed then, and anybody who don't meet me on the dock at midnight is a yeller dog.
I'll be there for sure.
This'll be a grand adventure.
It sure
You can
enough
count on
will,
me, Tom.
Quiet.
Huh? Who's there?
Meow!
Oh, so it's just you, Peter?
Anytime you've got sneaky business to do, you can't find a better accomplice than a cat.
Hey, Ben, where are you going, son?
Oh, well, I was just gonna...
Those clothes aren't for wearing at bedtime.
I just thought I'd...
Ben, I think you're half asleep, son. I think it's a good thing I caught you when I did. Now, you get on upstairs to bed, boy.
Yes, sir, Pa. Well, good night.
And don't forget to get undressed, do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Of course, I didn't know about these goings-on, so at the stroke of midnight, I was down at the dock waiting for the others to show up. Like Ben said, the crew of the River Queen was spending the night loading cargo, preparing to cast off at the break of dawn. I reckon they ain't gonna show up. Well, this'll just be a one-man adventure.
Coming aboard!
Huh? Hey, there's something under there.
Looks like we got a stowaway.
Come on there, boy. Got him. Well, now, what you trying to do here, boy?
Yeah.
Steal something off of this here boat?
Now you get off of this boat and stay off. And if you come round again, it's into the river with you.
Howdy, Tom.
Howdy, Huck. What are you doing down here so late?
Setting some drop lines for catfish. Over yonder's a good hole. All kinds of fish just for the taking. You been on a trip?
No. Hey, you in the mood for an adventure? I'm planning to sneak on board the River Queen and do some exploring.
Really?
Yeah. Wanna join me, Huck?
Yeah, well, what about all them catfish?
They'll keep. Now what you say we steal aboard this here paddle boat and have us a good old time?
Hey!
Huh?
You boys get on home or I'll whoop the both of you!
We were just gonna leave anyway. Huck, come on.
Confound those mischief makers.
Hey, have you men finished loading yet?
We'll be finished in a minute, Captain.
Well, be quick about it.
Yes, sir.
As the saying goes, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And there's more than one way to sneak on board a steamboat.
Look, he's firing up the beacon lights. Now's our chance, Tom.
Yep.
You go ahead and take a quick look-see, Tom. I'll stay here and keep a sharp lookout.
Huh? What you talking about? You come this far, don't you want to look around?
Nah, you go ahead. I don't want to get caught.
Come on, don't worry so much. You stick with me and I'll guarantee you're not gonna get caught. Huh? Here comes somebody. Hurry, let's hide behind these cotton bales.
Oh,
Just a catfish.
oh, shucks, Tom. I lost the boat.
Don't fret about it, Huck. We can always swim back. Now come on, follow me.
We finished loading in the stern, Captain.
Look. They must be heating up the boilers to leave. Huh? Who are they?
Yeah, them's the stokers. They're plumb tuckered out from having to stoke the boiler with wood all day long.
They must be tired. Hey, rock candy! That ain't sugar, it's salt! Ugh.
The stokers have to eat a lot of salt on account of they sweat so much.
You're a lot smarter than I thought.
Say, let's take a look over yonder.
All right.
Hold it, Tom. Those stairs there lead to the upper deck. Whoa!
I admire your skill in dodging that sandbar earlier, but you know we still have the rapids of Owl Bend ahead of us, Brad.
I can handle it, Captain.
Boy, I'm hot.
That's because we're under the boiler.
Without those extra stokers feeding the boiler, we'd most likely scrape bottom. We have to keep the old girl running at full speed or else we get stuck on the shoals and that could spell shipwreck. Just like the old Brandywine. You remember that disaster, don't you, Captain?
I most
We
certainly
better be getting
do.
out of here pretty soon.
Yeah, good idea before we get barbecued.
But Brad, you're a good pilot, and I trust your ability.
Boy, what a relief. What'll we do now? Look. There's the pilot house. Wow.
Say, I sure would like to take a look on the inside.
Well, let's go. Hey, there's nobody there.
Oh,
boy. We made it.
Wow.
Pilot Huck, prepare the ship to get underway.
Aye, aye, sir.
Cargo's loaded and stowed away.
Now take up the gangplank.
Stoke the boiler and cast away. All hands ready to clear port.
Yes, sir. Ready to shove off.
Prepare to cast off.
Huh?
Did you say that?
Prepare to get underway.
Let's get. Huck, they're here. Get down. Hide. Here.
You take the wheel, Brad.
Ready to get underway. Awaiting your orders, Captain.
We're ready. So, tell me, Brad, where's that young apprentice of yours?
Mike hasn't come back aboard yet. St. Petersburg's his hometown, and he's most likely visiting some of his kinfolk. I allows how he'll be scurrying back any minute now. In fact, I think I hear him coming, sir. Now, confound you, Mike, I told you to get back here on time, didn't I? You're never gonna get your river pilot's license at this rate, boy.
I'm awful sorry.
So you say. Well, sorry ain't gonna wash you next time, 'cause you'll be through here. You understand me, boy?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. So, did you get a chance to visit with your kinfolk?
Well, I tried to, but I couldn't, sir.
Well, now that is a shame. Now, you get back to work, boy. We're shoving off.
Yes, sir. Take off the gangplank. Move up the anchor. Take off the belfast.
Take her out, Brad.
Huck, we're leaving port.
What?
What should we do?
Dogged if I know.
Slow astern and steady.
Go astern at slow speed.
Left 30 degrees, stop the port paddle.
Stop the port paddle.
Okay, you can stop the starboard paddle now.
Stop the starboard paddle.
Rudder amidships and ahead at speed number 2.
Ahead at speed 2.
We're gonna have to swim back, Huck.
If we can ever get out of here.
And so, we left home behind us.
The rapids of Owl Bend are coming up. Here's where you need your skill, Brad. I'm going below now.
Listen, Mike.
Yes, sir.
What are you going to use as a guide over Owl Rapids?
Well, sir, I turned the bow to Plum Point and the stern to Crow Rock.
But you ain't going to be able to see the shore clear enough at nighttime. Better check them notes I give you, boy.
It says here, advance along at 4 fathoms, stay that deep and starboard the helm. When it goes to 3 fathoms deep while headed towards Plum Point.
You sure of that now?
Yes, Mr. Brick.
All right, then, cast the lead.
Yes, sir. Leadsman, cast the lead.
What's he mean, cast the lead?
It so's the captain will know how deep the bottom is. Otherwise, the boat's liable to get stuck up on the sandbar.
4 fathoms! 4 fathoms!
You know, Huck, I'm almost positive I know that filler Mike from somewhere.
4 fathoms!
Anyhow, his voice sure does sound powerful familiar to me. I wish I could remember who he is.
3 fathoms!
The shape of the shallows has changed, sir. It should still be 4 fathoms.
Glad to see you taking good notice, Mike. The shallows must have changed shape from the heavy rains this season, so we're gonna have to change our course as we're going through them rapids. Remember, the Mississippi is always changing, so in a case like this, you really better know how to read from the surface of the water. Now you take a good hard look out there. See that bright line of water? Under that's a sharp-cut reef. If a boat runs against that line, it'll run aground. You see, there's a rapid current just on the other side of that line. So you gotta run the ship at a right angle to the reef, then you cut over it at full speed. And then the current will push you right through. Now get ready, Mike. We're about to do it. First, stop the starboard paddle wheel.
Stop starboard wheel!
Turn the starboard wheel hard larboard.
Turn starboard wheel!
Okay, now, boiler room, full steam ahead.
Stoke the boiler, full steam ahead!
We need more steam, we're losing speed.
More wood, full steam ahead!
Mike?
Yes, sir.
You just learned a valuable lesson. You gotta learn to watch the surface of the water. Sometimes it'll tell you 100 times as much as that notebook in your hand. Learn to read that surface like you'd read a book, understand?
Yes, sir.
Now take the wheel. It's a straight path from here, no more shallows to steer through. How time flies. It's been 3 years since you joined up with us. You were so skittish, I didn't think you were gonna pan out. Used to whine and whimper just like a baby. But you've grown up considerable, son. And you make a fine pilot someday. Yeah, you've come a long way. And you've cut out all that sniveling.
I got it. Now I remember who he is. Do you remember a guy named Sniveling Mike? He lived in St. Petersburg a few years back.
Well, I'll leave it to you now. I'm going below.
Yes, sir, Mr. Brick.
I'm gonna tell him howdy. I'm sure he'll remember me.
You think he will?
Nobody can forget Tom Sawyer.
That's for sure.
What?
Hiya, Mike! Remember me?
What the? Who are you?
Come on now, Mike. It's Tom, remember?
Tom? You mean Tom Sawyer? Let go of me, you prankster! Why me?
That's right, you always did call me a prankster. That's 'cause I played so many tricks on him, Huck.
Yeah, you're the one who turned him into a sniveler, Tom.
Let's see if you're still ticklish, Mike. Getcha, goo, getcha. I sure was proud that my old friend Mike had become an apprentice pilot. I figured me and Huck could learn an awful lot about steamboating from him. Mike obliged us by answering all our questions.
Starboard? That's this way.
Let's see, this way?
Yeah.
Give her a try, Tom.
Okay.
Okay, that's enough.
That's hard.
Hey, what's these things do, Mike?
Those are voice tubes. You yell in those to be heard down below. Hey, stop that! Just look at that river down there. You see?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
You got to read that water like a book. The surface water can tell you which way the current flows.
Really? Golly.
For instance,
Yeah, Mike?
you see that bright line of water there? Under that's a sharp-cut reef.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's sure shining purty.
And if you run against that line, you'll run aground. What am I saying?
What's wrong?
Whoa! Leadsman, cast the lead! Hard starboard or she'll run around! Whoa! Oh no! The reef is following us! Somebody help me!
Mike!
Huh?
What in blazes
I saw a
happened?
bright water line! A short-cut reef, sir! And
Idiot! I told you we were out of the shallows. That's nothing more than a wind reef, boy.
sorry, sir.
And who in tarnation are you two?
Huh?
They're just friends from my hometown, sir.
Stowaways.
What's wrong? Who in blazes were they?
Stowaways, Captain. Don't let them get away.
Right.
Why, you?
Come back here, you little rapscallions. Hey, come here, you. Settle down now. There ain't like a plane. Ah, gotcha. Hold it up.
Gotcha.
Stop.
Come back here.
Where are you, Huck? Hey! Hey, what's that light?
Well, that's a raft, ain't it?
I think you're right. Say, Huck, if we can catch a ride on that raft, we could get back to St. Petersburg by morning.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. The raftsman turned out to be a right friendly feller, and he took us on board. Me and Huck was plumb tuckered out from our swim, and we fell asleep right away. By daybreak, the raft was approaching St. Petersburg.
I reckon this must be it.
Hello! Hey! You on the dock there, fisherman!
What's that?
What's the name of that town?
Why, this here's the city we call St. Petersburg, partner.
Do you know a young boy named Sawyer?
Reckon I do. Young rascal by the name of Tom. He lives here with his aunt, Miss Polly Sawyer.
Thank you kindly. Appreciate your help.
All right, boys, you're here now. Better wake up. Come on, boys. It's time to rise and shine. You've made it to St. Petersburg. That's it over yonder, ain't it?
Hey!
Look at that,
We're
would you?
home, Huck. Good old St. Petersburg. Thank you for your help, sir.
Much obliged.
You boys get on home to your families now and try and stay out of mischief from now on, you hear?
We will, I promise.
Bye now.
We swam to shore, and I got back just in time for school. Lucky for me, Aunt Polly thought I spent the night in bed. At recess, I gathered all my classmates around me and told them about the grand adventure they'd missed. It goes without saying they was all green with envy. Mike was the one who ran off from St. Petersburg way back when, and there me and Huck was right up in the pod house, big as you please, the three of us navigating that river like it was easy as pie. Now, I was every bit as tuckered out as old Huck, but you couldn't have paid me no amount of money to be sawing logs like he was, 'cause the very next best thing to having a grand adventure is telling about it. Why, as long as there was a body left to listen, I was ready to stay in that schoolyard bragging if I never slept a wink again.